Alright, so let me get this. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's better. I forgot to put my mic down. So, anyways, I'm going to be casting a clan war between VP and EP. VP, EP, it kind of sounds similar to be honest. But apparently this is for League. It's for the. Shoot, what was it? He just said it. I'm going to have to ask him in the game. I just learned this like a second ago, so I mean, yeah. Oops. Alright, there we go. So, Eternal Plague Killer asked me to cast this, so I'm going to. I don't really know too much about it. I did not know it was a league until about like 2 seconds ago, so yeah, I'm just kind of doing this blind, but it's all good. All good. So we have VP Faith spawning at the top right as our blue Terran, and we have EP Gimmicks spawned at the bottom left as our green Terran. Let me just check really quick with my controls. I totally forgot to set them. It's been a little while since I casted, so I just want to make sure things are good. Really fast, come on. Yeah, the mic always jumps up way above what I want it to be at, so 68's good. So I don't know, I hate it. So anyways, Typhon Peaks is the MLG version, which means that there is this supply depot at the bottom. I'm not sure if any of the spawns have been crossed out. This is the first time I'm seeing this version of this map. But we do see Gimmicks is putting down that fast barracks right at his choke. Now I do wonder if he's going to be putting in a wall-in or not. Now that early wall-in pretty much makes so that SV has a harder time getting here, especially on this bigger map. You know, it's a bigger 4-player map, so I mean, if he scouts wrong, then he's probably not going to be able to get in. So I mean, since they are cross positions, this blue SUV from Faith is coming to the bottom counterclockwise position from his base, and he's not really going to see anything because he's cross positions, of course. But we'll see if those two supply depots get in place in time, or maybe something else. Maybe he's just not even planning to do that. Maybe just decide, okay, this is a good spot for a barracks, or maybe just had it timed out so that like he'd get to the spot at this time, so he could go scout faster instead of building the barracks right by the command center. Either way, you know, not too big of a thing here. There's that first supply depot going down, and it looks like this blue SCV is coming around. He's going to be seeing what's going on before that second one goes down. Actually, the first Marine just popped out. He ran a little bit past that Marine with that rally, but it looks like he's under the full control of Gimmicks, and he's going to be assaulting that SCV. I was going to say, is he really going to cut, I mean, just go around, or is he going to actually cut in there? Alright, so the SCV does go down, and this Marine now returning to his post. Orbital commands are now finished, and it looks like VP Faith going for that fast factory. He does have that refinery already finished, so factory just going down. Meanwhile, it looks like Gimmicks just going for some tech lab stuff. Maybe a command center next, I'm not really sure. It looks like he has the money for it. Otherwise, I'm not sure what he'd be saving all that for. Command center, yeah, no, what? Huh? Oh, okay, there it goes. Right by the barracks here. You know, otherwise you can just add on a couple more barracks, but I mean, since you're going infantry, you can pump out some guys early on, and if he's going factory, it's going to take him a while to get to your base anyway, so it's a good opportunity for you to put up a command center now instead of having to, you know, wait for units and then put it up. It's just like a good cut. You know, you don't have to spend too much on barracks before you get that up, and you're just going to be able to get more income a lot faster. And there's that factory going down. He does, so it looks like he's not going to be going heavy barracks play, at least not right now. Just going to get some Marines out for some early defense while he's getting up that expansion, and we'll see what he does with the command center. Meanwhile, VP Faith also getting a command center, just decided to get after the factory. I would just say that EP Gimmicks just doing a good job of cutting that out, the factory out. So I mean, they really just don't need the factory quite this early unless you want to do some really early aggression. But I mean, this Hellion, I mean, there's really no way that he's going to actually get in here to do any damage, especially with this wall off. So actually, that's probably a good reason why that wall off is there, just to keep Hellions out early on, and then you don't have to worry about your Marines getting roasted, you know. So I mean, if you're relying completely on Marines early on, you know, Hellions are pretty darn good. So. Looks like he's just going to check out, see if there's an expansion, and just kind of chill out. No, I'm just going to go right up that ramp. Nope, going to say, okay, too many Marines there. And with the wall off, there's really not much you can do. He's going to return back, possibly to the tower here. Going to just watch it, make sure. Nope, he's going to watch the other one maybe, or maybe just return home. Okay, he's gonna watch that one. Alright. Meanwhile, there is a Reaper on the board. Looks like he took a little bit of damage to probably the Marines in the bunker. But I'm just gonna check it around, make sure, or watch for expansions. Looks like he did see the expansion going up for Faith, so both players are kind of at the same point right now. But, you know, Gimmicks here, just getting that orbital up a little bit faster and lifting it up a little bit faster. You know, he knows he can get away with it just because of what Faith has. You know, it's always a good idea to scout around and see what's going on in your opponent's base. Excuse me. And they're not doing anything blind, you know? I mean, that's kind of one of the worst things you can do, just play blindly. It's kind of like, okay, what's my opponent doing? Oh, I don't know, I'm just going to do this anyways. You know, that's like one of the reasons why some players are not good players, because they don't scout, and that's a very good fundamental thing. But anyways, SV's being transferred now. Looks like Gimmicks just not transferring his SVs yet, playing a little bit safe, just in case there's something right outside his base. You know, he did scout a little bit with that Reaper, but you know, he knows that Hellions are running around, so I mean, there's really not much he can do in terms of you know, knowing whether or not his opponent is by his base or not. Now that he has the Watchtower, though, I do expect him to be transferring some SCVs over momentarily. Maybe he's just forgetting. You know, okay, there goes some of them. It looks like 4 or 5 more, plus the mules. So I mean, just having some good saturation at his main. Income tab, we do have just slightly more for blue, despite having just 2, or you know, a few more or a few less harvesters. You know, just because that could split and transfer, you know, it does help quite a bit, you know. But it looks like Gimmicks here just going to be rallying guys from his orbital, and you know, that's not that bad either. You know, you just build up what you need, and they can transfer guys from one spot instead of 2 or 3, which is what I kind of do as Zerg. I, you know, I have a whole bunch of guys here, and I transfer like it's close to half as I can to the natural, and just pump them out from the hatcheries to the natural and to the main, and then when I expand, I got to take half from each. You know, it's kind of weird. So, I don't know, this probably just saves time, and just for a little bit less income. So anyways, it looks like Gimmicks here are going to be taking out those rocks, at least damaging them. Apparently he doesn't actually want to take them out yet, just bringing it down to half. Apparently he wants an escape route just in case someone comes to his base. I'm not really sure. Probably going to use it later on, really not too much use for it right now to take it out or not. You know, especially in these positions, you know, if his opponent was north of him, then taking it out and attacking down that lane would be perfectly fine. But since his opponent's not there, you know, his opponent can use it later on, of course. But I mean, of course he can use it later on to expand. But I mean, it's not really time to expand right now. So I'm gonna just kill off a few things. I mean, lower the hit points for now and then kill it off later. Anyways, a third is going up for Faith, and he's not going to be attacking those rocks. He's just going to possibly just make some SCVs out of it for now and some extra mules. You know, have some extra scans on hand. Always going to be a good call to, you know, have them around just in case there is Banshee or something like that. Because right now these players haven't scouted each other in quite a while. You know, there really isn't much that they have seen. You know, there's really not much blue here on the minimap, and there's really not much green here on the minimap. So, I mean, there's just a lot that could be going on right now. So you got to play it safe. You know, you don't want to. Oh, bit of lag. Oh well. So yeah, it looks like Faith here is going Tank Marine for now. Gimmicks here going Tank Marine as well. And it looks like he's going to be attacking along the northern edge here. Now there is a missile turret apparently at this northern position, so this command center, I mean, probably is going to be lifted and floated over there, but it looks like Gimmicks here is going to run right into that and take it out. It looks like this Viking's going to take a little bit extra damage with that medevac. And, well, now Faith here is completely aware of that situation. And actually that turret there was probably just for that, you know, just for a drop that could possibly be sneaking by there. And the confrontation has started. Looks like these tanks, nope, they're going to back off. Looks like VP just has too much for Gimmicks at this point and doesn't want to take the risk and attack in there. But looks like he's actually going to be taking out these rocks. Maybe he's just setting up a position here and siege upon this command center. Or, okay, he hasn't seen it, so. Well, he flew right over it, he would have seen it, but apparently not. So now he's on the run, going to be regrouping with some of his guys. Just cutting off the middle of the map here with his tanks. And it's going to be kind of hard for Faith here to press in there. Actually, this is a really good tank position. You know, like makes it so Faith cannot really move up here too much. You know, he's going to test the waters of that Marine, and that Marine was quite unfortunate. But, well, Faith's going to have to siege up here as well. Yep. And all of his reinforcements are going to have to come down this lane. You know, otherwise it's going to take way too long to get around the middle expansion there. Of course, he could take out these rocks and it could be a little bit shorter, but looks like he's not going to choose to do that right now. So, I mean, this is kind of the danger of heavy tanks and marines against heavy tanks and marines. It's really all about Vikings and tanks and marines. You know, there's really not much going on because it's like, who has a better position and whatnot. It's not really so much about drops. You can do drops, of course, but I mean, it's all about the tanking position because the tanks do so much damage to marines, and you really just need some marauders or something like that to really deal a lot of damage to the tanks. Because, I mean, let me tell you, marauders do a lot of damage to tanks, and, you know, for their cost, they can take quite a bit of hits compared to the tanks. So, I mean, I don't know, there's just a lot that you can do with it. So anyways, Gimmicks has put up a third as well. It looks like he's transferred plenty of SCVs over there. It looks like he's up 3 SCVs, not really a big deal whatsoever. But, you know, that slight advantage does help out in the long run if he keeps it. It doesn't look like he's actually keeping it. It looks like he's kind of slowing behind a little bit. No big deal. Either way, there are some guys moving along the northern edge here again. Possibly going to be sieging up here. I think this would be the best spot to siege up from that spot. You know, you can siege up against these SCVs. You can kill some of these buildings up here. This one lonely marine that's apparently his outpost has been the backside of the base there, but it looks like he's going to be joining up with his buddies now. Meanwhile, it looks like Faith and Gimmicks here now converging at the northern position again at this upper third or fourth position here. And it looks like the tank's going right for that tank. The tank does go down. Pretty good beat off there.